What's going on, everybody? As you can see, and from the picture, I don't have no other picture because I don't want to spoil anything. But as you guys know, this is my WWE Warrior Rumble 2024 review, and I will say this. I will take a minute to say this. Being a YouTuber, I have to appreciate some things, man. The amount of just you guys subscribing to my channel, I appreciate, and the fact that doing this, I have got to meeting already some cool people, not even from a few people from a couple of states who do YouTubing and who likes to do wrestling review videos and loves wrestling just as much as I do. So shout outs to Chris Wrestling Views for having me on his channel. We get over there as you want to see. We did like a live stream of our review of the Royal Rumble, but this is just me doing a review for it. I'll have a link to that too, so you can go check that video out if you want to. But it's only 4 matches, which is this Royal Rumble only had 4 matches: the women's, Roman's, Kevin Owens, and the men's, and in that order. So with that being said, they started off with the women's Royal Rumble match, and it was a good match. I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. It was. I will say, I won't get into it all because we'll be here for a long time if I just like break it down everything. But I will say like the noticeable highlights. One of the highlights I will break down is the reason why I'm saying this is because it goes into this highlight, which is Natalya drew #1 on my live stream with Chris Wrestling Views. We thought it was Bailey who drew #1 and number 2, but actually it was Natalya. Natalya drew #1, and Naomi, which was one of the highlights. That's why I had to mention this, because Naomi drew #2, and yes, Naomi did indeed return. Which I say this is because we all knew she was coming back. Everybody knew, so it wasn't a big surprise. But what was a surprise was they did it early, and now there is a surprise. The only surprise return or debut, if you will be in the Women's Royal Rumble, but that's later. Exactly 3 spots later from what I'm talking about now. That would be the second highlight. But yeah, Naomi, the reason why I'm on to highlight this is because Naomi came back to a thunderous, roarous standing ovation. The crowd went crazy. And I would point this out too, is that the crowd went crazy more for the Women's Royal Rumble than the Men's Royal Rumble. The Men's Royal Rumble, while I don't think it only had 1 person who returned, and everybody else was just pretty much everybody that you thought was in the match. But this match, man, the Women's Royal Rumble was the better, again, for the 2nd year in a row. Cause I think I said it for last year's Royal Rumble that the women's was the better of the 2, and this year was no different. I'm glad that they mentioned that Naomi was a former TNA Knockouts champion. It is note that Naomi is a WWE employee. She's officially with WWE, and I say this because like I said, 3 spots later there's a surprise. But yeah, for her and Natalya even squared off, the crowd wouldn't even let them square off at first without giving Naomi welcome back. And the whole arena chanted welcome back, and Naomi cried because she realized the WWE Universe missed her and loved her. And she loved every minute of that. She was emotional because they really truly did miss Naomi. We did. We miss you, Naomi. welcome back. Then, like I said, the next highlight would be the 3 spots later at number 5. I won't tell you who it is, but let's just say they got a history. She has a history with Naomi just recently before she came back to WWE. So, if you wonder who I'm talking about, just remember Naomi was in TNA, and she did just lose the TNA championship, which made this appearance even more fun because it was, you know, it was the person who, you know. So, with that being said, that's your surprise entrant. That's the only thing I would tell you. The surprise entrant is number 5. And man, she is a powerhouse, and she lasted longer than I expected because she lasted longer than Mickie James did, and when she held the TNA Women's Championship. So it is ironic. We had basically one current and one former TNA wrestler, and we had 2 TNA wrestlers, one former, one current, who was the current women's champion. So that also just spoiled who that was. But one of these days, I feel like they're gonna allow a TNA women's or men's whatever to win the Royal Rumble, and they would main event WrestleMania. That would be awesome. Quickly, the next one of the highlights I want to point out is R-Truth coming out messing up Valhalla's entrance, thinking he was in the men's Royal Rumble, was the women's. R-Truth is a national treasure. But another highlight the reason why I want to highlight this, it was just a funny gimmicky thing, but it made me really appreciate Chelsea Green because she got me to laugh, man. And they like destroyed Chelsea Green. She didn't get eliminated quickly like she did last year, but this year she was like the punching bag for the big women of Piper and Nia, and they just used her to the fullest in a comedy. It like we was watching one of those joke comedy movies where like or cartoons where the person gets beat up and after they get hit with a big old punch or a power one, they be like tee boom, and then fall. She did one of those, and I'm like, you know what? All right, Chelsea. You got upgraded from an annoying character I didn't like to a person I actually appreciate. You good. You okay in my book. But I would say Jade Cargill was the biggest highlight. She came in at number 28, and man, she was impressive. She showed some powerhouse. They even teased will they want that Bianca and them, because Bianca and Jade did come face to face, but of course it got interrupted by Bayley. And speaking of which, Bayley is your winner. She did it. She went the distance. Bayley came in at number 3. Bayley was number 3 or number 4, and she went the distance all the way and won the Women's Royal Rumble. I think lastly eliminating both Jade Cargill and Liv Morgan, who was number 30. Liv Morgan is the other highlight. She returned number 30, and she also got like a little mini ovation for her return. But yeah, Jade was pretty good. I need to see her in some solo matches, but she held her own. She looked nice. She looked decent. She did not look like she was green at all. So the WWE training paid off. But yeah, Bayley is your winner here. Then they did Roman. The Fatal 4-Way match was next. Was Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles, LA, and Randy Orton. And this match for me was solid. It was solid. It was good. But I felt like it didn't quite live up to what I expected it to be. I expected it to be a battle, and it was somewhat a battle, but it wasn't always a battle. Solo would get involved. Jimmy wouldn't get involved, but Solo would, and he would Samoan Spike everybody. Basically, help Roman Reigns retain the title. Both, I think LA Knight and Randy Orton both had Roman Reigns beat, like to where you knew he was losing. It was no, he wasn't kicking out. AJ Styles never got close, but Randy Orton and LA Knight did get close. But Roman Reigns would take out LA Knight and spear AJ Styles and pin AJ to retain the championship. Like I said, it was a solid to almost good match, but it just didn't. I just felt like it didn't meet the expectation, especially with Solo interfering. So it was just like, alright, it is what it is. But then we got Kevin Owens versus I was about to say Apollo Crews, Logan Paul for the United States Championship, and this was good. It was a good one. I enjoyed it. They did their thing. It could have been just it fell flat at the beginning, and I said it was a good one, but it fell flat at the beginning. Nobody was really into it at the beginning, but they did get into it towards like not at the exact beginning of the middle. I won't even say the middle. It was like the tail end of the middle part going into the third phase, which is the ending of the match. That's when the crowd really got into it and really was behind Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens would Jeff Levi, I don't know who he is. I meant to look him up before I did this video. I forgot. But Jeff Levi, I guess, a dude that be with Logan Paul, tried to distract and get Logan Paul some brass nuts. But Austin Theory and Grayson Waller would come out to help Jeff distract the referee, with either Grayson or Austin giving, I think it was Austin who gave Logan the brass nuts. Logan loaded it up and was getting ready to hit Kevin Owens with it, but Kevin Owens would reverse it, take the brass knucks from him, and hit Logan Paul with it, and he would get the 1-2. But conveniently, the referee seen Kevin Owens with the brass knuck on his fingers and realized that's probably why Logan not about to kick out, and they had to give he called for the disqualification, and thus Logan Paul is still United States champion via this DQ. Whew. Feel like I gotta sneeze. Nope. Oh, wait. No. Yeah, so I'm like okay. They gonna prolong it. Like I said, it was decent at first, and then it picked up towards the middle, and then everybody was behind it. But I just hope that the next match they have was a little bit better. But it was a solid match anyway. And then we got our main event, which is the Men's Royal Rumble. I think number 3 was the return surprise, but we already knew who that was. It was Sarge's husband, boyfriend, Andrade. Either he returned. Like I said, it was at number 3, and he looked good. He looked good. He like everybody who keep coming back. They just like in better shape than they ever been. But that'll be it. Like I said, that'll be it. That was everybody else was who you thought was going to be in there. Everybody did their thing. Sami Zayn did return at number 30. But the real meat and bones of this match was, does Cody finish the story? Does Drew finish the story? Does CM Punk finish the story? Who finishes the story? And it came down to Sami. I want to say it was Drew, Sami, CM Punk, and Cody Rhodes. I think Sami would get eliminated by Drew, but then Drew would get eliminated by Cody, and then CM Punk, and then it would come down to Cody and CM Punk, and they both fought, and I was for sure that CM Punk was winning. I never had Cody Rhodes winning the match. I was for sure. It very much looked like that, but I love how Triple H played with your expectations, because he did all of the usual things that points towards, okay, yeah, Cody's not winning. And then right at the last moment, Cody just eliminates CM Punk, and he's the first person in 20 years. The last time somebody went back to back with Stone Cold in 1997 and 98. I was 8 years old the last time somebody went back to back, and now for the first time since then, Cody Rhodes has won last year and this year's Royal Rumble, and he immediately chose Roman Reigns. Like, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins was at the skybox, and he at different skyboxes, and he pointed towards Roman, and he basically right off the spot chose Roman to finish this story. This Royal Rumble, I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10 because for the most part it entertained me. The women's Royal Rumble really did entertain me. The men's Royal Rumble entertained me somewhat, but not as much as the women's. The championship matches was okay, but both of them lacked something each, and that's saying a lot. I mean, maybe I'm just nitpicky, but it felt like both matches could have been a lot better than when they was, and it felt like they was rushed for time so they could focus all the time on the men's Royal Rumble matches. And it felt like the men's Royal Rumble matches was even rushed at a couple of times too, but it is what it is. But yeah, like I said, 8 out of 10 big ups. But you let me know in the comments down below what you thought, and if you enjoy my review of the WWE Royal Rumble 2024, you know what to do. You hit this button right. Oh, can't see my finger right here for all of my WWE reviews. And if you enjoyed the video so much and want to support the channel, you know what to do. Hit those buttons because I appreciate you guys. Because when you do, it helps me grow slowly but surely. And as always, hit me on these videos for more of my amazing content. But don't go anywhere. Got more. Peace.